Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. How are we all doing? Hello, Katie. First comment of the night. So happy to have you here. We were literally just talking about you because we were talking about all the streams next week, and you're on the one for next Saturday. So we were literally just speaking of you. It's like you just appeared. That was crazy. Hello, Pasqua. Welcome. Happy to have you here. And as you can see, I feel like we were just talking about this as well. We have our Tuesday regular. We have Miss Charlie Ray Wrights in the chat, not in the chat, on the stream. I'm looking at the chat. It's fine. But yeah, Charlie, welcome. So happy to have you back, as always.
Happy to be here.
I feel like at this point, you all know her. But if you don't, she's on YouTube, Charlie Ray Wrights. Go follow her. Why? Because
Yes.
why are you not following her already? And yeah, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be chatting, vibing, sharing lines, getting our words in. So I hope you all are ready, set to go. Also, hello, Felicity. I see that you are in fact stream hopping because Felicity was in Evelyn's stream as well, who's streaming right now. And she was like, opens the other stream because I was hanging out over on Evelyn's channel in the chat before we started this while I was, getting all my other stuff done. But yeah, so happy to have you here. Hello, Alex and Jade. No wonder my ears were ringing. Is that what it is? I thought it was burning. Like if your ears are burning, someone's talking about you.
I thought it was
Maybe
your
it's
nose itching.
Your nose is itching.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Wow.
Yeah.
See, people just be saying stuff. I feel like, and we just accept it because I know when your palm's itching, it means you're about to get money, right? Is that a universal thing?
I don't know
Or
because
is
my
that
palms
just
itch all the time and I don't ever get any money.
it's coming? Your fortune's coming. It's been building up for a minute. But yes, so happy to have all of our friends here. We're gonna, if this is your first time streaming with us, this is gonna be two 20-minute yap sessions and two 40-minute writing sessions. Sometimes we get to yapping and we lose track of time, and the second sprint ends up being like a 35. But we're just gonna follow the vibes and see what happens. But we're so happy to have all of you. I have FOMO, so I have to watch both.
That's fair enough.
Valid. Okay, I think it could be either for the ears. Good to know. Yeah, mama's always, if your ears are burning, like if your ears feel like hot, someone's talking about you. So I guess also if they're ringing, someone is talking about you. And now we know that. There could be multiple symptoms for someone talking about you, I guess. So funny how sayings warp depending on where you are or who you hear it from. My grandmother always said ringing ears. That's so interesting. I love that. I don't know who
thing came from.
I'm trying to remember who I would have learned that from. It had to have been like my parents or something. Maybe it was my grandparents. I don't know. Truly, I like half of ADHD brain. Okay. Let's talk about it. Speaking of ADHD brain, I have a hard time with specificity with my ADHD. Like I can, for example, one of the ways that this kind of pops up is with like actors and actresses. Because Clark, he's a pop culture diva, pop culture queen. He seems to know every singer, artist, actor, actress. Like he knows all their names. And me, I can name a character they played, but I could not tell you their name. Facts. And I think it has to do with me being able, but like once he says it, I'm like, oh yeah, duh. But then I don't know. I feel like with me, when I'm put on the spot and asked a question, I cannot, like the specific answer will not come to my brain. Do you have ADHD, right?
Or am I do. Making that up? I do have ADHD. Yes.
That's what I thought.
I'm 100% on the same page with you, especially when someone's like, oh, you remember the name of the song, and like they tell you the lyrics and you're just like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but if I heard it, I'd probably know what you're talking about. And that's me. Like I don't know the names of any songs or movies or anything. I have to like see it or hear it to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So.
one of the most frustrating things to me because I'm like, I know the answer, but because you asked me and I'm put under pressure slightly, because obviously I don't want to look stupid in front of somebody, but like because of that pressure, I just no thoughts, just vibes. And I'm like, dang it, you know? And I find
Yeah.
that pops up sometimes in like writing too, because whenever I'm like looking at a scene or whatever, or if like I'm in a scene and I'm trying to like visualize the things around me, the image, like I can't hold on to it for long enough to really dive into the details. Like it's so fleeting, I feel like that I just, especially when I'm first drafting, I just latch at any detail that I can and hope for the best because I don't know. Does anyone, do you feel that also with writing? Like a scene
So
in your mind?
I do, and I don't. So I have a very like I can like I could picture things like very vividly in my head is the thing. And so like I could literally come up and like if you told me to imagine an apple, I would be able to like pick out the freckles in the skin of the apple. Like very
Yeah.
very vivid imagery in my head. What helps
Mhm.
me when I'm writing is to close my eyes and to really just try to like almost imagine myself like as if I were an actor in the movie playing in my book, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
That really
Mhm.
helps me because then I can like as I'm thinking through the action, I can like the action my character is taking. For example, if they're like looking across the room, I can like almost like
Mhm.
it out in my head, and
Like
then that
look
kind of
and
helps me.
like visualize.
Yeah, and that kind of helps me like pull imagery from what my character might be seeing. So but it is sometimes really hard for me if my eyes are open because I've got way too many distracting things happening in front of my face. So I close
Mhm.
my eyes really helps. So maybe try that.
Love that. Love that. Also, a quick question: which of your palms usually itches? Because if it's the left one, it means money's coming in, but if it's the right one, it means money's coming out of your pocket.
Well, damn, both of my phones. So maybe that's why I never have any money.
Maybe it's just constantly going in and out, coming in and out. That's funny. That is funny. She had a phrase. Listen, I love a phrase though, like a Southern, because I'm real. I'm real Southern. If you can't tell by the way that I speak, it slips a lot, like sometimes, but literally, my grandpa, I love him, and my grandma Pearl, love her. She had a joke. Like every time I saw her, she would tell jokes. Like so much so that like whenever she did pass, we like all got together and like made a poster board of a collection of every joke she ever told us. And like through all of us, we were able to collect, I'm not kidding you, it was like 150 jokes
That's like
that
how
she
my great
told.
grandpa was. My
It
great
was the
grandpa was
best.
a trickster.
Like I love me. And they were always so stupid.
Tell
And
him.
one of them was okay, hold on, let me think about it. Okay. I'm gonna tell my favorite one.
Okay.
So imagine it. Hold on, real quick before I tell this. Let me catch up on chat because Alyssa Burning Ears was also mentioned in Megamind, which is where I remember hearing it first. Okay,
Interesting.
that is interesting. Alyssa is going to be working on a mystery detective story tonight, and I am sticking with this story. I know that's right.
Got this.
We're proud of you, Alyssa. And Misty, hello, we made it. So happy to have you here. You're just in time to hear my favorite joke that my great grandma, well, no, she wasn't my great grandma. Hold on. She was my great grandma. My great grandma Pearl told me. Are you ready?
When you're done with your
So,
joke, you can tell mine.
absolutely.
Okay.
Also, leave your best, worst joke chat. That's your job right now. I want your best, worst joke in the chat while Charlie and I share ours, and then we're going to go through all of your best, worst jokes. Okay? All right. Now, this one's kind of a lengthy one, so give me a minute, okay? So, picture it. We're in a third grade class, and we are in an English lesson, right? And this teacher is at the front of the class and is like, all right, class, today I would like each of you to tell me a sentence using the word definitely. And so, one girl raises her hand and the teacher calls on her and she says, the sky is definitely blue. And the teacher says, well, I don't know about that because, whenever the rain comes in, the storm or the sky can turn gray. And so it does change colors, but good effort. Good effort. Another little boy raises his hand in the front and he's sure he has the right answer, right? Like he's like shaking that arm. And the teacher calls on him and he says, the grass is definitely green. And the teacher says, well, in the wintertime, actually, the grass dies and it turns brown. So it's not always green. So it can't be definitely green, right? And so this goes on for a little while. And then finally, the quiet little boy in the back of the class raises his hand. And this is unusual because he never answers her questions. Like he's never raising his hand, right? And so she calls on him and he says, I have a question. And she was like, okay, question for a question. And he says, yes. Are farts usually wet and lumpy? And the teacher says, no, they're not. And so he says, okay, well then I definitely shit my pants. It's so good. But like, you know, you can't not laugh at a poop joke, you know?
That's so funny.
But that was my favorite joke my grandma Pearl ever told me. So there you go, internet. I just gave it away for free.
I love that. Okay, my turn. So
go ahead.
All right, so some context. When my grandpa died, my great grandpa, he was 96 years old. So he was an old man and he never lost his spirit. And when I first heard him say this, he was in like a sort of like, it was sort of like hospice, but it was basically like assisted living. It was for old people who were about to die, basically. We were visiting him and he was sitting in a wheelchair with his blanket over his legs, just like sitting hunched down like this. And I sat with him, he was sleeping, and he popped his head up and he looked at me and he's like, Charlie, the doctors tell me I have TMB. And I was like, Grandpa, what's TMB? And he looks at me like straight in the eye, and without flinching says, too many birthdays. And he just like fell back asleep. I was like, damn,
too many birthdays. That is so funny.
Just so cute.
Honestly, same. I've had too many birthdays. I'm tired. That is hilarious. I love that though. I love
there's so many more I could say, but we don't have all day.
Oh, we got a good one in the chat.
Let's see it.
Heard the man who invented knock knock jokes just won an award. It was a Nobel Prize. Because it's Nobel. Knock knock. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Alex. We love to see it. Oh, gee, I'm crying. Listen, one thing about me, I love a bad joke. And I also love a good like drawn out joke to really get you invested, that like at the end you're like, oh wow, okay. Have I told my Cheerio joke yet? I don't know if I've told my Cheerio world joke. But if you want to hear it, leave me a heart in the chat and I'll tell you my stupid Cheerio world joke.
There's another one.
What did the fish say when he ran into the wall? Damn. I love that one. I've heard that one before, and it's so good. It's so good. We love to see it. We love to see it. Okay. We're getting hearts in the chat. Okay. Well, Katie, your hearts. Oh, we got more. I was gonna say, Katie, your hearts are enough for the joke, but we got more hearts. Oh, another one. Okay. Now I gotta tell it. We have so many hearts in the chat. Okay, here we go. Are you ready for Cheerio World?
I'm ready.
So, far, far away in a land that none of us have ever seen, lives a world of Cheerios, where all living things are Cheerios. Now, in this Cheerio city, they every year throw a huge party, right? Like it's the biggest party of the year. Every Cheerio is invited and every Cheerio has the best time. They look forward to it every year. It's basically like, well, I was going to say like Christmas, but not everyone celebrates Christmas. But it's imagine your favorite holiday and it's like that to the Cheerios, okay? Now, there is one specific Cheerio who was put in charge of getting all of the beverages for the party, right? And so with this said, he procrastinates like most of us do. And he puts it off until the day of the event right? Like not already not going well. So the first place he goes, I mean, what does every Cheerio love? Milk. So he goes to the milk store, but wouldn't you believe it? The line is out the door. And there is absolutely no way that he is going to get in there and buy this milk for the party, right? Because by the time he gets in there, all the milk's gone. So he's like, okay, well, the milk didn't work out. But water's nice. People need water to hydrate. It's not as good as milk, but it'll work. So he makes his way on over to the water store, and wouldn't you believe it? Line out the door. Crazy, crazy line. And by the time he gets to the front, there's no water left. So what's the next best thing? He's like, maybe we can liven things up with a soda, right? We'll go to the soda store. We'll get in, get out. No one's really doing soda, and it's great for a party, right? So he gets there, and guess what? Line wrapped around the building, right? There's absolutely no way he's getting in here to get this soda. And so he wanders around the city feeling really, really sad. And then a light bulb goes off, and he's like, oh my gosh, how did I not think of this? He was like, why don't, because what do people love to drink at parties? Punch. So he goes to the punch store, and guess what? There was no punch line.
Oh my God. That's so cheesy.
Isn't it? But I love it because you really are. They're like, by that point, they're invested. Like, they have gone to 4 different stores. They want to know if this Cheerio is going to succeed, and there's no punchline. My friend told me that one in college, and I was like, what happened after that? I need to know. But anyways, everyone, that is my Cheerio joke. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Oh. Always makes me chuckle. Me too. I love a silly little joke. They're my favorite, truly. Now, I feel like I had a question earlier. Where did it go? Oh, before we get started, I have a question for not only Charlie, but for the chat as well. What is the last really niche thing that you had to research for your writing projects? I'd love to know. I'll start. I had to learn the anatomy of a ship because I do not know all the, the starboard and the mast and the quarter deck and the crew quarters, all those places. I literally had to look up a diagram of a ship and sort of just look at that while I was doing my opening little scene. Because we are also, if you didn't know, friends, if you haven't been keeping up, which I don't know if I've said it anywhere, so I'm not keeping up, but we're officially on the ship, which is that has been my light at the end of the tunnel for these first 9 chapters. And we are finally there. We are back on track with this outline that I made back in April. And I'm so excited about it. So excited about it. Do you know the last niche thing you researched?
I was trying to think of what it was, but I'm pretty sure I researched what a decomposing body smells like.
I mean, if your character experiences that, you got to describe it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
but
that
just know you're red flagged by the FBI. So
yeah, I know.
Yes, we are on the ship. Oh, I put it on my Instagram story. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I post updates pretty regularly on my story about this project specifically. So yeah, but we are on the ship. And I mentioned this on Evelyn's stream, but where I left off was Luca walking in on a shirtless Asher, who is in fact eventually going to be the love interest. It's going to be a very tumultuous path to get to that final, moment. But yeah, so I'm planting those seeds early, and we just Luca is going to the crew's quarters to find their room or whatever, and Asher went on ahead to like get dibs on like the best bed or whatever. And so when he walks in, Asher's changing and he's like, "Mm." And that's where we get to start our writing session tonight. So I'm already kicking my feet. And speaking of writing session, the time has come for us to do our first sprint. Also, hi, Natalie. You're actually just in time. You are just in time for the first writing sprint of the evening. So happy to have you here. Most niche thing I remember researching is what happens when you completely lack the sense of touch. Needed it for, main character in a fantasy. Is that a real thing? Like, is there like an ailment that takes away your sense of touch? I mean, I guess numbness. Like, if you're numb. That was a dumb question. I talked myself through that one. Ignore me. If you can DoorDash wine to a hotel in New York at 3 a.m. Also, like a lot of racing car stuff, but nothing specific that's interesting for anyone but me. I love that. Can you? I'm assuming you can get wine DoorDash if there's a liquor store open, But also it's New York, so maybe it'd be like you won't be getting that wine until like 6 a.m. But it's fine. What a day in the life of an antique store owner looks like. I love that. And you know what, Natalie? We still love you. Truly. Okay. Caught up on chat. 40 minutes are on the clock. Best of luck. Happy writing. And we'll see you on the other side. All right. That was the first 40-minute sprint. And I do have to say, it flew by for me. That was a very
Same.
fast 40 minutes. But I managed in that time to make and eat a turkey sandwich. And I got about like, I think 350 words. So not bad at all. And also, the funny thing is, all of those words were not even continuing. Well, I guess some of them were continuing the scene where he walks in on Asher, but it just added more because I was like on the way, like nothing happens while he was going down the hall towards Asher. And I was thinking about it and I was like, these people in their lifetime have never been on a boat. So there is bound to be people obviously not used to, the rocking of a ship. Like if you've ever been on a cruise ship when the waters are rough and the hallways are doing like this, and you just kind of have to put your arms on the wall and make sure you don't fall. Like there's, yeah, like Luca was doing that. And then I had one of the scientists like shove him out of the way, like covering her mouth because she was getting seasick and was like she threw up in the hallway. And he was like, not my problem. And he just kept on going. But I wanted to like show that, like, because this is the first time any of them have ever actually been on water in their life. So I just wanted to kind of show that. And so that's mostly what I did with those 380 words. How'd you do?
Congrats. Well, I spent the first 10 minutes of the sprint taking my dog OUT. He needed to go to the bathroom, so I did that. And then I came upstairs and was focusing on like thinking through, because like this, I'm discovering that I have a crutch when I'm writing, and it's that when I'm writing in first person, I start a lot of sentences with I, and I hate that. And so I'm trying to figure out how to like add some variance. But then as I was thinking about that, I realized like, hey, this would be the perfect time because my character Delaney, she's currently in a library trying to like find out some information, like how she did what she did. And I'm like describing the library and what it looks like. And then I felt this would be the perfect time to explain like the four main power, like the four main types of weavers in the book. So earth, wind, fire, and water. And I'm doing it, and I decided to do it through paintings that they have in the library.
Love. We love world building in all the different avenues, showing, not telling.
Yeah. And so in the last
15
minutes of the sprint, I got like 322 words.
Hey, that's great. And you figured out like how you were able to add that piece of world building into your story in a really interesting, fun way. So all around great job. Also, chat, we had Asa join. Hello. So happy you were able to pop in. And also chat, just from looking at it, like it was like dinging up while you were talking. Chat was productive. So let's talk about it. Also, hi, Anna. Welcome. So happy to have you here. And Christina is here. Hey, friends, we'll jump in for the next sprint, but good luck to you guys. Awesome. Mystery Detective Novel. Yes, productive. So happy to have you here. Unfortunately, I'm not writing at the moment, being productive after a long day of work, so I can make dinner soonish. Amen. Okay, I didn't put words down, but I did find a way through my little stuck writer moment, feeling some clarity. That's almost better than actually putting words down. Like getting past a roadblock in the middle of a draft. So kudos to you. Like, yeah, exactly. Definitely a win for sure. Natalie didn't write, but I did edit my video down from 59 minutes to 38 minutes, and it took all of my brain power. You know what? Editing takes a lot out of you. Like staring at yourself for an extended period of time will do. It's an emotional toll for anyone. Okay, so Great job, friend. Proud of you. And also excited to see a new video? Question mark. Love that. Got in 609 words. Lots of yapping went down. We love yapping. Very calming music still managed to startle the crap out of me, LOL, but I was midway through reading a page. Nice. Yeah, that's about as calm of a timer as I can get. So, it is what it is. Started to rewrite a chapter. I've been procrastinating editing for a couple days. Congratulations, getting back to it. 1,200 words. That is a slay. Congrats. Jade, get another 448 at 2,200 for the day. You're killing it, Jade. Proud of you. Right? Exactly. Like everyone was killing it. Working on a little ghost costume for my 5-year-old until the next spring.
That's so cute.
That's so cute. I'm back. Also, I'm going to a Halloween party on Sunday. Allegedly, it's like a work Halloween party. And I have no costumes. So I'm just going to be one of those boring white people that just shows up. The end.
Make a costume?
No costume. I am not going to make a costume because all of my creative energy is going into writing. I have no creative energy for anything else. So
just like get a mask, like a Scream mask and a black robe or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably going to wear like a spooky shirt and maybe like a flannel, but that's about all I can do. That's about all I got. I mean, it's a work party. So I'm like,
Fair.
I'm not spending my money on a costume for a work party.
That's fair.
No, thank you. I mean, I have a couple of like little costumes, but I don't know. I have a Kronk costume, like from Emperor's New Groove, but that would require me to pretty much wear like a skirt in front of these people because Kronk, he wears like a little skirt.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that. So I'm just gonna show up with some snacks and myself, and
that's valid.
I'm giving you my time on a weekend, no less. So glad I caught at least 30 minutes of this one. Well, we still have one more sprint happening in about 11 minutes. So feel free to stick around and join that if you are able to do so. Corporate white guy is a costume. You're not wrong. And you know what? That's what we're going to be. I'm going to be more like fall festive for the outfit instead of like a costume. I mean, I do have, and this is something from college somewhere. I got to find it. But we literally took like a white t-shirt, and me and my roommates, we painted like the letter P on all of our shirts. And then we gave all of ourselves black eyes. So we were black-eyed peas. So I could go for something stupid like that because I probably still have that shirt somewhere. But
one time I put a red bandana on and a black leather jacket, and I like did my makeup, and I just went as Bar Fight Betty. And I had some like fake blood and stuff. So I like gave myself like a bloody lip and a busted up cheek.
Love that. Bar Fight Betty.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Me too. I'm pretty sure that was the first movie that me and Clark ever watched together. So yeah, but that's kind of like one of the things that we bonded on when we first like started like talking and dating and stuff was this movie specifically. And I don't even know how it got brought up, or maybe he was just like randomly, like it was just randomly playing, like he put it on. And I was like, oh my God, I love the Emperor's New Groove. And he was like, what? Really? It was like, I can't find like none of his friends, because I guess most of his friends, like closer friends, are like the next generation. Like they're like mid 40s, I guess. I guess that's not the next generation. That's like 15 years. Well, how old is Clark? 33, 34? Oh, look who it is. Yes, it was. It's Clark. Hi. Yeah, Emperor's New Groove. We're talking about it. It was a great time. But yeah, that was one of the first movies we ever watched whenever we got snowed in together for, I guess that was our like, what, third date? Got snowed in together.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
It's so good. I
don't think I've seen it in years, honestly.
Oh, thank you so much. Someone said they love my shirt. It's all my spooky friends.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh,
I just
he's 33. I don't even know how old my husband is. That's crazy. Sorry, my necklace under here is like stuck to the magnet and it's bothering me. Okay. Thank you, Clark, for popping into the chat and clarifying your age and the first movie that we ever watched together. I am so appreciative of your memory because mine is trash, but it's fine. Okay, so we've got okay. I had some thoughts. I had a couple thoughts during that sprint. Only a couple though, so not a lot. But there was. I wanted to come back to this because I really like that's so cool. Like having something that you give up for your magic and then that being like one of your senses. You know, like I love that. It's I guess. I mean, speaking isn't a sense, but it kind of gave me like Little Mermaid vibes, where like she had to give up like an integral part of herself in order to get the magic to get her legs and get on land or whatever. And so, yeah, that's like where my brain went, even though speaking is not one of the five senses. But that's kind of where my brain went. I just thought that was a neat play on that. And I am so intrigued about like, because I'm sure you have like a bunch of characters who have each given up like a different sense based on what they felt was the most important, you know, like, because if you had to give, okay, here's a question for you, Charlie.
Okay.
If you had to give up one of your senses, and chat, I want you to answer this too. If you had to give up one of your senses for magic, which one would you give up?
Easy. I would give up my hearing because, first of all, I hate listening to bitches. Secondly, I don't. I feel like I don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't really need it. Like, I could read lips or write to communicate. I don't need to hear somebody or like have them write to communicate with me.
Yeah. Gosh, for me. Because what do we have? We have touch, hearing, sight, smell, and what's the last one? Touch, smell, hearing, sight, taste.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, taste is out because I love to eat, and I can't give that up.
Yeah, same. And smell is a large part of that too.
True. So I guess taste and smell are both out. Honestly,
And
it'd
like
be between hearing and sight, because one, my eyes suck anyways, and so like you can take them.
That's what I thought too. Well, because like also like hearing, if you got rid of hearing, like you wouldn't be able to listen to music, and like I really love listening to music. Like I mean, I know people who can't listen to music in other ways, but it's not. I don't think it's the same. So like that would be hard, but also like if you give away your sight, like you wouldn't be able to see all the beautiful things too. So
yeah, and that's one I do love seeing beautiful things.
And then what about touch? Like if you got rid of touch, you wouldn't be able to understand like pain, or like if you were like in like mortal danger because of a wound or whatever. I'm just thinking of all the likely scenarios. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So I guess I have to be with you then. I guess I'd have to give up hearing, because do I really need it? I guess I don't know. I guess I do, like to hear danger when it's around, but I don't know. I feel like that would be the one that I would miss the least. The rest of them I would very much miss, because my love language is physical touch, so I cannot give up like touch, because I would just die. I would wilt and be just the saddest.
Yeah.
But also, I did like this. The part of the system is that you don't choose the sense, so it's like you're kind of like risking it. Like, what if you get one, like lose a sense that you didn't want to lose, like that? I like that. It just is so interesting.
It just makes it more risky,
right? And I love the risk, because obviously the character, if there's no risk, there's no reward. But the character, I'm assuming, feels like at this point they have no other choice than to use magic because they need it for something that is dire. and so they give up the sacrifice. I love everything about this. It's a very intriguing plot you have there, Alex, and I'm invested. So love that. But any
Wait.
thoughts? What?
I was gonna say I have a question.
Oh, what's your question?
Do they get rid of their senses like forever, or does it come back after a while?
I would assume that it would be like a trade, and as long as you have magic, you won't have that sense. But also, I don't know, it's not my world. Can you trade the magic back for your sense back? Is that possible?
I want to know. Because
Right?
that might change my answer.
Right. Okay. But for this, any thoughts on writing a good argument? Honestly, any kind of like dialogue, just speak it out loud. That's what I do. But also, whenever you're in an argument, one good thing to think about is not only like with any dialogue is not only what your characters are saying, but also knowing what they're actually thinking. And sometimes that matches what's coming out of their mouth. Sometimes it does not. And so maybe, if there's any like good secrets that you want to dig up, that would be fun. But those are my thoughts on writing a good argument. What say you, Charlie?
Well, as someone who loves to argue, I would say, I'm just kidding. I would say, like, this is hard because like, this is really difficult. I would say like, take anything from like your real life that you wouldn't mind like using, maybe something like not as serious as like a really serious argument, and try to like intensify it for your story, or like even just the feelings that you had and what you would have liked to say, and use that for your book.
Love that. Also, you cannot get it back.
Okay.
And I love that you literally call it the trade. So that's fun. But yeah, no take backs. Yeah, so I guess are you sticking with hearing then if you can't get it back?
That's so rough because like I want all of my senses. I don't want to like get rid of any of them. I feel like they're all vital in some way.
Just made me laugh. I hate listening to bitches. Extremely me, LMAO.
I feel like we have a little bit of that in all of us.
Especially for any of us that.
Yeah, I'm just in like a feral mood today.
That's okay. I love the feral mood. Also, we had a question from Jade.
Okay.
This is kind of random, but what are your thoughts on tools like ProWriting Aid that use generative AI? I've seen some author-tubers get sponsored by them for Novel November, so curious to hear your take. Well, personally, okay. I did get a year subscription to ProWriting Aid. I bought it with my own money. I didn't do a sponsor or anything because while, yes, there are generative AI features in it, I wanted it mostly to assist with like revisions and things like that. Because just to point things out, because I'm very much with you, Jade. I do not use any generative AI. I'm very against it. That's not art. Anything generated by a computer is not art. And so I will never, ever, ever use generative AI in my actual like writing. But I mostly just use it as a tool to help me revise like on my own, to not necessarily like have it find all the problems for me, but just to know what I need to be looking for. It points out things that I don't know about, where it's like, hey, you did a weird thing with your tense here, or like your past participles. And I'm like, whoa, huh? So I like it for that aspect, because not only does it underline things that could be fixed, but it tells you why. And I appreciate that aspect, the learning aspect of it. But I'll never use the generative stuff. That's gross. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts, Charlie?
I have to agree. I'm not a fan of like the generative AI anything. I will say like the only thing that I ever use ChatGPT for is when I know the meaning of a word, but I can't think of what it is. And like, like when you have like, okay, what does this mean? And there's like multiple meanings for it, and you can't think of the exact word that you're looking for. I'll use like ChatGPT to help me come up with the word that I'm trying to remember what it is. But that's literally the only thing that I ever use it for. It's just, to me, it's just like,
It's more of I more use it for productivity than I do actually like writing and stuff, because I don't use any software when I'm first drafting, because that's no one's business but my own. Okay.
Facts.
And honestly, Pro Writing Aid is starting to get on my nerves, because whenever you have it like anything that you like type on, like word processor, that little thing is in the way sometimes, and it's always there, and you have to like go on and like turn it off, put it in focus mode, because in focus mode it won't like underline things, so you can do what you got to do. But yeah, I just wanted to try it. You know, they were doing a deal for the 1 year, and I was like, let me just see about it. And it's okay. I haven't used it a whole lot. I've only maybe just a few times with revising for terms and conditions, but we're obviously not doing that anymore. We're just drafting. But all right, let's go through all these senses that y'all would give up real quick. So sense of smell, taste. I saw this and I was like, that's valid. Give up taste and actually eat salads. Actually eat healthy food, because I'm like, if I can't taste it, what's the point? You know?
Yeah, I could.
Give up
It doesn't work for me. I'm a texture person.
Yeah, taste so I can finally be skinny. Smell is more important. Okay, but I feel like taste and smell go so hand in hand, because there are some smells that you can literally taste.
Yeah.
Like they're so strong that like you're like, oh, I can like when you walk into like a Bath and Body Works, you can taste the soap in the air, all the scents and whatever. Like it's, you know, like that kind of vibe. Hearing would be the easiest. I would sleep better, 100%. Feeling pressure, such as how hard you are holding something, and if it's extreme, you could even lose the sense of direction. Affects your ability to walk. Wow. Yeah, I guess that's, you know, you have no like sense of bearing. Like you can't feel the ground under your feet. You can't feel the seat under you. You can't
feel pain.
It's just crazy. Yeah. Well, that's a plus.
I mean, it is a plus, but it could also be really dangerous too.
True. Like if you don't know that you're bleeding out because you can't feel it.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. That's good. That's good.
If you like touch the stove and you don't realize that it's hot, and like you look down and your hands like burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Sight is most important, so I'd give up everything else. Okay. Give up sight. Interesting. All right. Oh yeah, I guess it depends on what magic you would get in replacement. Do you get to choose the magic? Like, or is that random too? I'd love to know. Also, now we got a new idea for a fantasy story. Yeah, I'm so intrigued by this. Like, I love it. And whenever you finish it, I need to read it, because I want to know more. I think it was CC. I don't know what that acronym stands for. Who said arguments are never about the thing being argued, but about what we think the other person is saying about us. Very true. Very true. Most of the time that like I feel like me and Clark kind of like have any of those moments is whenever like our communication is off, and one of us is like hearing something that the other person is not saying, and it like kind of like sets us off, you know, like it's most of the time due to some sort of like outside stressor. And so when, yeah, you know how it is. Communication's hard, but we do it. Oh, hello, Duchess. In the world of the trade is common knowledge, so there are many different types of aids to help. There's another user who did a trade hearing and can use vibrations from the ground/air to understand. Love that. Because I feel like all of our senses are so interconnected, you know, like there's things you could, I guess, ways around it, you know, with the taste of the soaps. Truly. I think what people don't realize is that AI is pretty much every platform you use now. It's impossible to avoid. Predictive text, Grammarly, Pinterest, Etsy, YouTube. Like there are now, like if you don't post videos or like stuff like that, YouTube literally has a thing where it like auto replies, like it gives you like a select few auto replies to comments now. That's so like not cool. Like there's no heart in that. So just know, if I ever reply to one of your comments, it's always me writing it, not YouTube's whatever AI algorithm, AI, whatever. Oh, the shit no one tells you about writing. How did I not know that? Also, great podcast, by the way. If you've never listened to it, if you're in chat, or Charlie, have you listened to this?
I'm not really huge on podcasts, so I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just don't
Oh,
really listen to them. So, like,
oh,
I try to, but then I like always forget that they exist, and I just go back to my
mm,
books for my music. So
yeah. I like
it's
to
on.
listen to podcasts on like long stretches, like of travel, because I can like get through, I can like binge it, and it's like listening to one really long audiobook sort of. But yeah, I love that. Some sense, for example, most of the time, why am I reading it over here in the small screen? Most of the time, Elementalist. I was looking in the little small chat instead of literally what's on the screen right now. It's fine. Ooh. Elementalists will lose hearing or smell. Necromancers trade sight, but sometimes the magic throws a curveball. Love. Oh, they have a Substack too. So there you go. Love to see it. Now we have yapped for far too long.
Yes, we have.
Oops. I was just feeling the vibes,
Mhm.
Focus timer. Yes, there we go. Okay. Here we go, friends. I have adjusted the time to 30 minutes because I didn't know how to shut up, apparently. So,
It's all good.
with that said, 30 minutes are on the clock. Best of luck to all of you. Don't apologize. This is literally my new hyperfixation, is learning about all the senses and how they interconnect. Thank you for unlocking that for me. Anyways, 30 minutes are on the clock. Love you all so much. Happy writing, and we'll see you on the other side. All right. How did it go?
Which went so well. So
I
first of all,
did?
it went so well. I got 507 words, and I passed 10,000 words in my manuscript.
That's so exciting! Yay! Oh, the first 10K is always the hardest.
I agree.
Because it's
I
like
agree.
it's just all that opening stuff that you have to get through. Like, you know, to me, the opening is the most vital to the story because it sets it up. But to me, it's just it can sometimes feel like it drags the
Yeah.
opening, but hey, that's exciting. First 10K down, and I actually broke the 19,000 word mark. So this week, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be hitting 20K.
You will.
So
You got
love all the
this.
milestones. Love all the milestones, and congratulations on the 10K.
I'm so excited.
And this is Project Reaper, correct?
Yeah.
Love,
Yeah.
love. Okay. Let me catch up on the chat really quick. JK, that was the last sprint of the evening, but we're so thankful that you joined us for the one that we did have. Alex got 514. Very nice. Christina got 556. Very nice.
Good job.
Also, you're getting all the congrats for
Thank
your
you.
10K goal. Thank you all so much for cheering.
Only 40,000 words left to go.
Look, I'm like almost 10,000 words ahead of you, and I have like more than that left to go.
Oh
And
my gosh.
I'm not happy about it, but it's fine. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be cool. It's chill.
Yes.
Got 800 words, 3K for the day. Jade,
Congrats.
you are absolutely slaying the day. Got another 1,254 words, which put my total tonight at 2,454 for the day. You hit 4,400 words for the day. Y'all are literal writing machines. I've gotten 540 words this whole day. Oh no, I'm bleeding. It's okay. It's this. Okay, so I have this like little keyboard thing, like holder under this desk, but the keyboard holder is not there because I bought it from a friend and they hated it, and I was like, well, I didn't want it drawer there anyway, so I need to take these little like metal, sliders off because I hit my knee on them every time I sit down here, but it's fine.
Ooh, ouch.
One of these days I'll get it taken off.
I can feel that.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, but it's fine. No words for the stream, but got a good brainstorming session in for Project Sugar and Spice. Very nice.
Brainstorming
Julia, it is. It truly is. Realize I've hit a roadblock with this chapter. Just need to move on and come back with fresh eyes. Always. Bracket that thing and move on. Because, listen, there was a time where chapter 7 of this book was mostly brackets. I've gone in and I've filled them in. But at the day that I was sitting right in that chapter, I was like, I don't know anything. What are words? But I went back and eventually fixed it. But great. Okay. Well, as we all said, you're right. It's just a blood sacrifice for quality writing. Hey, do what you got to do to get the words on the page. I don't condone blood sacrifices, but you know what? That's none of my business. What you do on your own time ain't got nothing to do with me. Just don't tell me about it, so I'm not held liable. And if someone asks, I did not see that comment, even though there will be full proof on the internet because this video is going to be rewatchable on the internet. Also, if you're watching this stream after the fact and you made it all the way to the end of the stream, love you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out via the replay. So happy to have you with us. But with that said, Charlie, do you want to tell the people where they can find you, plug anything you want to plug?
Yes. Hi. Hey. Hello. I am here on the YouTubes at Charlie Ray Writes. And I'm currently on like a small hiatus from posting vlogs, but I do post vlogs and I do live streams every Wednesday and Saturday. And I'm also on the Instagrams at charlie.ray.writes, which I hardly ever post over there, but I'm going to try to start doing more of that because, I don't know why, but I do. I want to. So
Exactly. And right here, you heard it here first. Don't forget to drop a like before you leave.
Yes.
That'd be really cool.
Like
Also,
and
yes.
subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. It's a requirement. And also, see you Thursday, Jade. Charlie will be back here on Thursday, in case y'all are wondering.
I literally
will
just
have
empty slots on his calendar.
I love that though, and we will have 2 other guests with us. Who are it's don't let me mess it up. It's you, me, Joy? Question mark.
I think it's Joy and Madeline James Wrights.
That's what it is. And then Saturday will be me, Becca Tobar, Emily Thompson, and Katie Chandler. So we have some returning friends and some new friends over the next couple of streams. Very excited for those. I'm Cody. I'm your host. I'm here pretty much every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday, 6 p.m., Saturday at 10 a.m. I'm not posting content right now because this is the content right now. Streaming for 6 hours a week is enough. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, we love you all so much. Thank you for spending your evening with us and writing with us. And